Hello, awesome people. Joe Nielsen here. Whew, it's a little cloudy this morning, but aren't they beautiful? Look how gorgeous they are. Whew, awesome. I just got back from my run. Pushed myself a little bit more today. You know, sometimes you just do, and sometimes you don't. But as long as you're doing it, as long as you're going, then that's what counts. Today I ran all the way back from up the hill. It's a little chilly out, so I wore a long sleeve and a turtleneck. And there's mosquitoes. So I want to talk to you about my thought process has always been stay positive, and you'll shift your whole life. Be more loving, be more friendly, be more happy. And sometimes you're going to come up with those bumps. That's okay. So I came across this video of Tony Robbins, and I love how, first I want to say I love how the universe, God, source, whatever you want to call it, whatever it is to you, it doesn't matter what the name is. To me, I call it all of them. Our being, our center being, our soul, we all come from something, right? The earth, the trees, everything has an energy form, and everything comes from the same thing. So, I love how I'm always guided to something, is what my point was going to be, that the universe always shows me what I need to listen to or read next. So I came across this Tony Robbins video, and, sorry, 7-day mental diet. And I thought, oh, that's interesting. What is that about? So I started listening to it. And then I realized it was an actual book that he had read. It's just a little pamphlet, like maybe 12 pages or something, I think he said. I've got the book myself. I've actually listened to it on YouTube. It's free on YouTube. And he talks about, Tony Robbins talks about, and the book talks about, the different steps to being positive every day. So as I've talked to you before, it's so up my alley. It's so awesome. Every day you wake up, you decide. You have a choice. You know that. You have a choice to be happy or to wake up miserable and decide what the day's going to be, you know, once you've had your coffee. I choose to wake up every single morning. If I'm not in a happy mood, I think of stuff, okay, well, what would get me in a happy mood? So I start saying my gratitudes, or I start saying affirmations, or if I have my phone nearby, then I'll listen to something that'll just start getting me going. You know, music does it to me. Appreciating someone else does it to me. But you'll know your own thing, because you know you better than you. I know me better than anybody else. And you know you better than anybody else. So find what it is. Get yourself into the I want to be happy mode to make it the best day ever. That's where you start. Then for the whole day, you just focus on positive thoughts. So you start training yourself to think positively. When those, when you see another person who is annoying or doing something you don't like, you don't judge them. Instead, you decide to become curious about them and how can you help them best? Wow, what a concept, huh? Instead of not liking that person or whatever is going on, what is going on with them? Maybe the only attention they're getting is because of this attitude, and that's all they know. And then sometimes things will come up, right? So in this thought process of things will come up, mosquitoes, how do you get yourself to be a critical thinker? So not criticize it, but how can you see the positive in this aspect? So how can you okay, let's see an example I can use. You're having a bad day with your boss, and they want everything done right away, you know, and they want it done their way instead of your way. So how can you, although you don't like this situation, how can you turn that to be more more positive and empowering yourself? Well, you could see, well, I'm being offered this opportunity to expand that little bit more. You know, maybe my boss sees something in me that I can't see yet. So I'm willing to try this and see if I can just get around that and make it a positive aspect for you. You don't have to like the situation, but just so that it's positive for you will work out so much better. Find what you like. Know what you like about your life. Keep those right going all day long. What you like. Don't judge anybody, including yourself. We've talked about that before. We are so hard on ourselves all the time. So let that go. Forgive yourself. Get going. Move on. Be real quick about it. Don't sit there for too long, because in this 7-day diet, if you don't do it in that first day, if you don't stay positive throughout that first day, that means no yelling at the kids, no thinking, oh, my dishes, blah, no angry thoughts on your way to work or whatever you're doing, or no concerns, worries, or fears about anything. If you have them, you need to start over again. It doesn't matter when you start over again, as long as you start over again. It's kind of like what Abraham Hicks talks about. And you don't have to wait a whole day to start over again. Just start over. Okay, so yeah, say this morning you wake up. You decide, okay, I'm going to do my 7-day. So you decide, okay, 10 o'clock, I'm going to start my 7-day. It doesn't matter when you start it, right? And then by 11 o'clock, you've already got upset with the dog who just knocked over the plants, or the cat, or the kids, or whatever. And whatever it is, or you're stuck in traffic and you're miserable about that. Whatever it is, you just, okay, let it go. And then go, okay, I will start it this time. And you get yourself back in track, okay? So you may be doing it for, you know, what Ernest Hemingway, I think it was that wrote it, said was, give yourself a couple days to decide whether or not you really want to do this. So before you decide, think about it. Are you really willing and able to be on this thought process? Good thought. Second, when you do make a hiccup, is what I'm going to call it, then take a couple days off and then go back to it. Now, Abraham says it different. You don't have to. Just start right away. So whatever you feel, just take the challenge for yourself, however you feel it, because it's so important. Everything we do in this lifetime is going to be whatever works for us best. When I start focusing on something that I have no control over, I get all worried, stressed, fearful of what might happen. Why? Because I'm forgetting, the way Tony Robbins says it best, to use the F word, and that is faith. Have faith in what you're doing. You know you best, and it's really, really, really time to get yourself started. Start yourself on a positive roll. Take the positive challenge. Oh, hummingbird. How beautiful is that? What a wonderful sign for me. Take the positive challenge. Challenge yourself to be positive every single day. Starting today with the 7-day challenge, 7-day mental diet. And start reminding yourself you need to be on that positive thought process, because that's what's going to change your life. That's what's going to change you, and it's going to shift everything for you. So start it today. You're worth it. Make an amazing day, everybody.